Hi there, and welcome to our graphics video, the first of two graphics videos. We are going to be focusing today on Google Docs only, whereas graphics activity number two focuses on Google Docs as well as Google Drawings and sort of the relationship between the two. So I would encourage you to sign into your Google account and to go into your Google Apps icon or the waffle icon, and we're going to start up a Google Docs. So for the purposes of this lesson, I'm just going to do the lesson and demonstrate through each piece. You can find the directions on Schoology. So let's start with a blank document then. And our first task is to insert a photograph. So we'll go up to Insert and an image. So in order to insert that photograph, we could have photos that we've taken already, or perhaps on a camera that's already connected to the computer. So upload from computer means we've already saved those. Maybe we've downloaded them from somewhere. But if we want to just quickly do a search, we can click search, and you'll notice that these are all licensed for our use. So in this case here, I might search for, let's say, a dog. And oh, you can see this ridiculously cute dog. So when we select it, nothing happens on our image area, but we do have this insert button. So we have to confirm that we want to select that one item. And when it gets inserted like big. So we're going to want to resize that. So we click one time on the image and we go to the handles. So these handles, the corner handles are the ones we should be using, whereas the side and the top handles are one way to have a really tall and thin dog. So let's undo that. Or, you know, kind of your stumpy dog if you use this one. So these do not observe the proportions of the image. We want to use the corners so that they're proportionately getting taller and wider, or shorter and thinner. And one thing that we want to do for this graphics activity is to also label our images. So there's an underlined word on the instructions, and so I will call this one photograph. For our second item, we are looking to practice centering. So we'll insert another picture by going to insert image, and we'll search that web for another dog. Let's find another dog. Oh my goodness. I'm going to insert that image. I will resize that by clicking once, getting those handles and making them smaller, clicking, hold and drag. And now I'm going to center my image. And in order to do that, I am going to use my alignment tools that are here. So there's also alignment options under image options, but it's nice that we have that shortcut button there. So we have a center align, and that will then put it perfectly in the center of our page. So the center is defined from margin to margin. So although we see the edge of the page here, we've got about a 1-inch margin that they've given us on both sides. So the center is defined from one margin to the next. When I press enter, my cursor is still in the center. So in order to get it back to the left alignment, which is sort of our usual alignment, you can press a backspace, and that will get you back. Our next image task is to change an image to grayscale. So I'm going to, again, insert an image. And let's take one that's so cute. That's pretty cute. let's get that guy. And I'll make him a little bit smaller. And what we want to do to change this, or to change the coloring, or to recolor this image, is we want to go up to Format, and we'll go inside the image menu. So we get those image options. And in this case, because we're looking for grayscale, grayscale means that, you know, it's going to be optimized for printing on black and white printers. So you could, if you wanted to, get a little pop art action happening by choosing one of the color schemes. But down at the bottom, you have the grayscale, and the other one my mouse is pointing at, this is the negative. So it's giving you sort of the inverse color, if you will. So we'll take that grayscale image. Next up, clip art. So clip art is actually the name of a type of an image. And this type of image, when we go to our Google options, our insert images, we don't get that choice from this sidebar. This is a really quick sidebar, but it's more made for photographs, although a variety of different types of images can come up. So I will open up a new tab. I'm in Google, and maybe I will search for dog in Google. And I will make sure I'm doing an image search. So I will choose images. So in this case now, I want to find a clip art. So clip art can tend to have different properties than these photographic images, or another option is line art. So tools and type. So just to look at these other menus, there's times when I'm looking for a really large image. I want a really great quality image. I might use the size to find that. So that's just sort of a little helpful hint. But under type, if I choose clip art, it's only going to give me what we might consider cartoons, but basically these are sort of your computer generated images. And some of them can even have a transparent background. So it looks like this guy will. So we can copy him, right-click copy, and then inside Docs, it's important to Control V for paste. So we've got our image, and we can resize it. And that's our clip art image. So just to jump back in there, the line art, line drawing, is what you might consider like for a coloring book, something like that. So we'll grab one of these line arts. Oh, that little guy is so cute. Let's grab one of these. So I'm going to copy one of the line arts into my document, and I'm going to rotate it. So again, it's coming into the document by a keyboard shortcut, Control V. And when I click the image, I can still do the recoloring. I can do the alignment changes. Here, I'm going to grab with this little plus sign, this anchor, and I can rotate it exactly to be 30 degrees. So I can either look at it and watch it rotate. It's hard to get it. It's hard to get it exactly there. So I think the best thing for me to do is just to go to my image options and rotate it by hand so that it's rotated exactly 30 degrees. There we go. Now we got a perfectly rotated 30-degree angled picture. Sometimes we get an image that we don't really want to have the entire image. showing, and this could be a clip art image or line art, or just like a photograph as well. So let's say this pug, let's say I don't really need to see the rest of this body, but I just want this face. So I can insert the image. And then what I'm going to do is crop. So I have a shortcut. Once I select the image, I have a shortcut button here that says crop image. You also have a crop image option from your right-click menu. But I would typically come here and click my crop. So any of these black handles will crop and cut out. So again, my idea was that I'm going to just only use the face and get rid of the body parts of this picture. So this part should be gone when I click outside. So to crop means to remove, and I don't mean cut in the sense that it will also copy, but it means to sort of remove that. And if you've cropped something and now you want it back, you can just undo that and you'll get your parts of your image back. So our last one for this graphics activity is going to be text wrapping. So here we're going to have some text. So for example, here we have some text, and I'm going to insert an image into the middle of that text. So let's search for a puppy. And so we have to insert it. Make it a little bit smaller. And right now, this image, if I move it, is in line with text. So I can put it in the center and it's in line, but it actually means that all the text gets pushed down. So I can move it, click and drag it, but it'll always be stuck with this big white space on top and then the text at the bottom. If I want to have the text wrap around it, I click the wrap text. So again, this is also under image options and text wrapping. So it's my wrap text option. And with wrap text, I can now split the text and I can sort of move that, that image anywhere that I want. It doesn't float behind text, unlike some other word processors, but it does at least give you the option, you know, of where you want to put it specifically on the page, and it does cut your text around it and wraps around, unlike, let's say, break text, where you wouldn't be able to share the same line with the text. So this allows our image to cut through the text. So that brings us to an end of our a very light introduction to graphics, solely using the features found in graphics inside inside Google Docs. So be sure to share your file when you are ready to submit. So I'll give this a name, Demo Graphics. That's saved to my cloud. Thanks.